Hi, good morning, everybody. So this week I am talking about the Scopes monkey trial. And what is specifically significant about the trial is that it was a legal effort on the part of modernism and modernists to take away a law that had been passed in Tennessee that was more in fitting with the fundamentalist beliefs of most of the population of, if not all of Tennessee, at least Dayton, Tennessee, which is where the trial took place. While most people know the story of the Scopes monkey trial, what a lot of people, and myself included, are not aware is that it actually was a challenge to an act that had been passed in the Tennessee legislature called the Butler Act. And that act made it illegal to teach evolution in public schools, whether they be lower grades, middle, high school, and even into public colleges and universities within the state of Tennessee. They could not teach evolution. So the American Civil Liberties Union decided to find a teacher who was willing to challenge this law in court by first violating the law and teaching evolution in their classroom. Presumably it would be a science teacher, of course, and that person actually ended up being John Scopes, a young teacher who had been not in the field all that long, who was willing to become the spearhead, really the figurehead of this legal challenge to fundamental beliefs within the state of Tennessee. Of course, the case boiled down to fundamentalism versus modernism, where fundamentalists believed that creationism should be taught, whereas modernists believed that evolution should be taught. Those modernists based their ideas and their beliefs on the work of Charles Darwin. And they ended up actually not being successful in their challenge, and the case did go to the Tennessee Supreme Court. So, at the Tennessee Supreme Court, 3 justices found Scopes to have violated the Butler Act, and he was fined $100. The fine, and really even the fact that he was found guilty, was not the significant issue. The significant issue was that the Tennessee Supreme Court upheld the Butler Act and essentially publicly sided on the side of fundamentalists. There was one Supreme Court justice who dissented, and there was another justice who chose to not to participate in the hearing. It doesn't say that he actually recused himself, but he did not participate. William Jennings Bryan, who was a very well-known Christian fundamentalist, actually came to Dayton, Tennessee to support the Tennessee legislature who had passed the Butler Act. And he participated in the trial, presenting the case for the state of Tennessee against Scopes. So one of the judges that presided over the case, Judge Ralston, was quoted as saying that the Scopes trial was the greatest in the world. However, it's interesting because an article that was published in the Indianapolis Times in the same year, 1925, actually said, what has changed? And here we are, in 2021, almost 100 years later, and we are still struggling as a country between modernism and fundamentalism. So really, what did Scopes prove? Not as much as what we probably would have hoped had we been there at the time.